Hello and welcome to the Honest Talk podcast. In this new series, I'll be talking about the lessons I learned at the Zimbabwe Entrepreneurs Trade Fair and Conference, which was held on the 21st of May 2022 at the Rainbow Hotel. I hope you have your notebooks ready and your minds opened to receive all of the nuggets I'll be sharing with you. Enjoy the episode. Today, I'm going to be sharing about what was said by Mr. Zeb, who is a Zimbabwean entrepreneur. If you don't know him, you can look him up on social media. You can look him up on Google, on Instagram, or any other social media platforms. So Mr. Zeb made a presentation entitled Cultivating a Winning Mentality. And the first thing he said when he was talking about this topic, which was the thing that stuck out the most to me, was that you should understand your why. He said your why is the reason that propels you to action in any venture that you embark on. It is the reason that keeps you up at night and motivates you to keep on working hard towards whatever it is that you want to achieve. And when he was talking about understanding your why, he said that it's very important for you to have a why that is convincing enough for you, because the journey to success is not a smooth road. You will face challenges, you will face obstacles here and there, but if your why is strong enough, no matter what you face, you will not be in a position to give up, because at the back of your mind, your why will be stronger than any of the things that you face that may shake you from focusing on your goal and on your vision. When he was talking about this, he gave his own example of his why, the reason why he continues to strive to become richer, to strive to become more successful. And he said that when he had his first child, a son, he realized that it was no longer just about him and his wife. He realized that there was a whole new generation that was now depending on him, and that became his why. He wanted to succeed so that his children would not have to go through the same things he went through as a child, because he's someone who came from humble beginnings. So he didn't want his kids to have to walk long distances to school or to have to carry mediocre food in their lunchboxes to school. That became his why. So that was the first lesson I learned. Understand your why. And you may be wondering, how do I discover what my why is? You need to look deep into yourself and find out the reason why. Actually, first of all, do you want to be successful? If the answer is yes, why do you want to be successful? Do you want to be the first person in your family to be successful? Do you want to be successful so that you can give back to your parents because they deserve a lot because of all of the things that they've been through and trying to provide for you? Do you want to be successful because you want to set up a strong foundation for the family that you're going to have? You need to understand your why. The second thing he talked about is that you should have a vision. So after understanding your why, you need to have a vision. You need to have a plan on how you're going to get to where you are going to get. And when he was talking about vision, he spoke about how he dropped out of school. And when he dropped out of school, he had a vision on how he was going to become a millionaire, but not many people believed in him, because I'm sure you guys know how it is when we start bringing up things about dropping out of school. Like, lots of people think it's a recipe for immediate failure. So he said that when you have a vision, don't depend on other people to encourage you in your vision, because remember, it's your vision, not theirs. So they might not understand your vision the way that you do. So don't be discouraged when other people don't understand your vision, when other people don't support your vision. The important thing is for you to have a vision, know what you're going to do, know the steps that you have to take, and know how you're going to get there. The third thing he talked about was believing in yourself. He said that when you understand your why and you have a vision, you need to believe in yourself. Because let's say you're an entrepreneur, an upcoming entrepreneur, and then you've just started a small business and you want funding from investors. If you don't believe in yourself first, the investors will not invest in you, because they can't believe in someone who doesn't believe in themselves. So believe in yourself and start where you are. There is no time to waste. Start working on your vision right now where you are. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the resources in place yet. Just start with something and believe in yourself. And when you show that you believe in yourself, other people will be able to believe in you as well, and they will be able to help you. And then the fourth thing he talked about was setting goals, right? He said that this takes us back to the issue of having a vision. You need to set goals. You need to have long-term goals and short-term goals of how you're going to do what you want to do. Let's say you want to be a millionaire in the next 5 years. When setting your goals, you need to know, what should I have accomplished in 4 years, in 3 years, in 2 years, in 1 year? What am I supposed to be doing today? What am I supposed to be doing in a week? What should I have done in a month? So first you need to have the bigger picture of your long-term goal, and then you break it down into steps, into action steps. Like if it's a 5-year goal, like the example I just gave, you break it down into, okay, what am I going to do this year, next year, in the 3rd year, in the 4th year, in the 5th year? And after you've broken it down to years, you further break it down to months. After you've further broken it down to months, you break it down to weeks, and you break it down to days. He talked about being very intentional with your time. When you have a goal that is a SMART goal that's been broken down into practical action steps, you'll be very intentional with your time, because you realize that every day you're supposed to be doing something that's taking you where you want to go. And then the 5th thing he talked about was networking. Networking is basically building relationships. He spoke about the importance of this, because you never know. You should never look down on anyone. You should build relationships with people, because you never know when you're going to need that person. And he talked about the importance of not looking down on anyone, because you also never know where that person is going to be in the next year, next 2 years, next 3 years. So it's important for us to network as young people. I'm going to speak about it in the context of young people. It's important for us to network. And whilst I'm still on that issue of networking, there was something that was very common in all of the guests' speeches and presentations, and that was the fact that alone one can never go very far, but together we can go. Together there's really no limit to what we can achieve. So it's important for us as young people to start networking and building relationships that have value. The 6th thing he talked about, which was also very common in most of the presentations, was that you should get a mentor. And a mentor is basically someone that you learn from, someone you admire, someone who's probably walking the path that you want to walk, or someone who has already walked that path. Having a mentor cuts your learning curve, because you learn from your mentor. For example, if your mentor is an entrepreneur and he went through certain failures before he suddenly became a success, because he is your mentor, you won't have to go through all that failure, because he will teach you how to do it. So for you to have a mentor, you don't necessarily have to physically have physical contact with them. Sometimes a mentor can be someone that you just follow, maybe on social media. You read about what they're doing, you see what they're doing. You try and follow the steps that they're taking, or the steps that they have taken before. So that's just one way of getting a mentor, by following them on social media, because these days it's very easy to see what people are doing because of technological advancement. And another way to get a mentor is by actually approaching someone that you admire and asking them to be a mentor. But basically, the importance of getting a mentor is that mentorship cuts your learning curve. And this, I will say this again, this point about getting a mentor was very common in most of the presentations. They said that it's very important to have a mentor, because when you have a mentor, it's like sort of like having an accountability partner, because your mentor will be checking up on you, and you'll be constantly motivated to keep working, and you have someone who's just checking on your progress, so that will just motivate you to keep on working towards whatever it is that you're working towards. And the seventh and last thing that Mr. Zebzikira talked about was choosing the right partner. He said marriage is a business transaction. He spoke about this in the context of his relationship with his wife. He was talking about how his wife was there with him every step of the way. He said she was his girlfriend when he decided to drop out of school, and she understood the vision all along, and she was supportive. So it's important for you to choose the right partner, someone who's not going to drain you, but someone who's going to feed into your vision, someone who's going to support your vision, and someone who's going to work with you towards your vision. And he was speaking about how you should know what you're looking for in a partner. I think this is especially relevant for us as young people, because I feel like there's so much pressure around relationships and dating. You shouldn't feel pressured just to get into a relationship because everyone is in a relationship, but rather you should know what you're looking for. Know again the reason why you're getting into a relationship with that specific person. Is this someone that you share the same vision with? Is it someone that you can work with towards a certain thing? He said that his wife was there with him every step of the way and is still working with him in all of the ventures that he's doing. So he stressed on the importance of choosing the right partner, because marriage is a business transaction. It can end in huge profits. Probably not end. It can result in huge profits, or it can also result in huge losses. That is it for today. I talked about the lessons we got at the conference from Mr. Zebzikira. In the next episode, I will be talking about what I learned from two of the other guest speakers who were there. Stay tuned, and I hope you learned a lot from this episode. Please share these things with your friends. This is the time for us as young people to wake up. This is the time for us to start laying a foundation for our lives. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.